I think they are so reductive. I think that to be labeled as masculine or feminine is inherently to cut somebody off from so much potentiality, from so much possibility. One of the things that causes me so much grief about transness, it's still about being legible. Just to like be personal about it, I've had to cut off so much femininity. And I have this one memory of being in a classroom and saying something in a really soft voice and leaving and crying and calling my friend. And I was just like, I want to go on T, because I know that if I had a deeper voice, I would speak in a softer tone so much more often. So I think that like more than reductive, labels of femme and masc are violent. And they're also awesome. I love them. I love them. Oh my God, somebody calls me butch, I'm gonna go die. I love that. So they're also really affirming, and they're really exciting, and they're really liberatory. They can make you feel so seen. I also think that when people see the femininity in me, I feel so loved and so affirmed.
I feel like I'm on the train of, I think that most labels can be good as long as they're being used to label oneself. I like words. I like that we have shorthands to sort of help us find people that we share experiences with, acknowledging like there's nuance within every person's experience. But even this is getting into my life. I'm autistic, I'm on the spectrum, and autistic people really aren't that similar. But it's much easier to tell my professor, hey, I'm autistic, than it is to give them a 30-page list of, here's what I have problems with, here's what helps, here's the people I'm seeing about it. So one word instead of like 30 pages. And that's kind of how I feel. I like that they can bring us together. I don't like you said, the very limiting binary, you can only be one. No one's ever looked at someone and been like, damn, you're super androgynous and have a great balance of masculine and feminine energies. And if they have, they were in a yoga class. In that sense, I'm with you.
I'd just love to hop on this train. I think that those labels are good for when you are, as Lily said, assigning them to yourself, just because they can be really affirming in many ways. Knowing that there is masculinity inside of you while you're trying to break away from femininity that's been forced on you your whole life is very helpful, knowing that there's that option there. I think also that labels can be putting limits on people and very much be stopping growth. It's just important to not force labels just because it's so hindering to people mentally.
I would agree with that entirely. The way that I like to think about labels in general is whether or not they're additive or subtractive. If they're used in tandem with other words, it makes up a whole person.